I know this sounds simple, but the last I checked, if you take something from somebody without their consent, that is called theft. I mean, am I wrong? Does it cease to be theft if you call yourself a government agent? Does it cease to be theft if you call yourself a politician? Is it not theft if you're a law enforcement officer? So you can be a law enforcement officer or have a badge, uniform, a gun, come with the authority of the state. You got your utility belt and you're all ready. You're like Barney Fife with your bullet in your pocket. As long as you have that air of authority, is it okay to take from people without their consent? Then, and that's what I wanted to talk about. The U.S. Customs and Border Patrol tweeted this out today. And what a lot of people might consider this is they've committed a crime and posted the evidence of their crime on a social media platform, Twitter. This is CBP, that's Customs and Border Patrol Protection, is charged with securing our nation's borders and facilitating lawful international travel and trade. CBP officers discovered $33,000 in unreported currency. Oh no! Where's the crime? Where's the crime? You work hard to earn that money. You put that money in your pocket or you put it in a briefcase or whatever, and you want to travel to another country with it. Why should you have to report what you worked hard for? Where's anonymity? Where's land of the free, home of the brave? Where is the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness? Is it really anybody else's business how much money you're traveling with? I don't care who it is. Possessed by an Egypt-bound traveler at Washington Dulles International Airport, during a baggage examination on November 8th, the traveler verbally reported that he had $20,000. Oh, you can't lie to the government. If you lie to the government, that's a crime. If the government lies to you, well, that's just politics and you're going to have to deal with it. Now, what I like about this is they posted the photographic evidence of their crime. They put the money out on the table right here. Supposedly, I don't know. I didn't count this. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. So that's 33,000 some odd dollars right there. So they posted the video, the photographic evidence of their crime saying, hey, we took this money from this guy, obviously without his consent because he underreported. And we're going to show you, look, we stopped that dastardly criminal. Where's the crime? Where's the victim? If there is no victim, there is no crime. Did the guy steal the money? Do you know for a fact he stole the money? Where did the money come from? Who was it stolen from? No, he probably didn't steal the money, but they did. And they reported it to Americans. And a lot of Americans are applauding. It's like, yeah, you stopped $33,000. That's awesome. Yeah, who's he think he is reporting 20,000 when you really asked 13,000 and some odd more? The thing I love about this is if you look at the original tweet, they are getting ratioed to high heaven. Starting out with Libertarian Party Mises Caucus abolish CBP. Why do we need some government-funded theft ring? Unbelievable. And when this makes me think about Bastiat, when plunder becomes a way of life for a group of men living together in society, and it has, they'll create for themselves a legal system which authorizes it and a moral code which glorifies it. The moral code that most Americans have literally glorifies this kind of theft right here. This is nothing. This can be nothing unless you can convince me otherwise. This can be nothing but wholesale theft. This is plunder becoming a way of life for a group of men living together in society. And the people who've been brainwashed by this applaud it. They're actually applauding their own demise. In other words, next time you try to go across the border with 5,000 or 10,000 or a large sum of cash, they'll confiscate it from you too. How unfair is this? What if this right here was this was somebody's life savings and they were going to Egypt to get some kind of, dire medical procedure that you can't get in the United States, or maybe it's too expensive in the United States? What if this was going to feed a whole bunch of children who otherwise wouldn't have had this money unless this guy flew from America to Egypt? You don't know where this money's going. You don't know where this money came from. You're just going to go ahead and just blank check steal it. I love what this guy says. You robbed him because he didn't tell you he had extra money, probably because he was afraid if he told you, You'd rob him, thief. Amen. Give it back, you crooks. This guy says they look at all these replies and laugh. Speaking of the replies that we're talking about right here, the comments, hoping they'll get the chance to steal property from every person in this thread. Terrible people. Jeremy Kaufman, isn't that Odyssey guy? Yeah, that's Jeremy Kaufman says, thank you for preventing what was very close to another 9/11. In other words, you guys are a bunch of freaking yahoos. What are you doing this for? You've got, and that's so interesting. This is from Washington Dulles Airport. You got Washington's District of Criminals sending pallets of cash to another country, i.e. Ukraine. What is it, $80 billion? And they're going to arrest a guy and confiscate his $33,000. Why don't we arrest and confiscate Washington's District of Criminals and the people who approved the pallets of cash that's going to the criminal government called Ukraine? You can find money to steal but not protect the border. This government is a crime organization. Yeah, you can find money to steal, but you can't investigate Jeffrey Epstein, open his black book, and on public TV, name every single name that's in that book and then go after them. But you're going to go after somebody's life savings? It's super infuriating. That's why I post these videos right here. FBI, I'd like to report a crime. I have evidence of grand theft. There you go. Pictorial evidence of grand theft. So the U.S. government sent $80 billion to Ukraine, but God forbid this man takes $13,000 to Egypt. And talking about they don't even know how to do math. He said he had $20,000. He actually had $33,868. Isn't that $13,868 unreported currency, not $33,000? So you robbed someone and then you posted about it. Have you ever considered that you might be the bad guys? I love that. I love simplicity. I love the fact that people are actually waking up instead of going applauding it like a bunch of brain dead sheep. Yay, you removed $33,000 for the system. Wait a second, what crime did he commit? I don't know, but I'm just for the government. I'm a bootlicker. I'm for the thin blue line. I'm for the Customs and Border Patrol. Whatever they do, it's got to be right. That's how you lead. That's how you take the plane of your country and nosedive it into the side of a cliff. It's only an issue if the traveler lied about it, which he did. This is one of the few methods the U.S. government can counter funding for terrorism and trafficking in human drugs and arms. Yet all considered, all you have to do to get by is to tell them the truth. The end. It's none of the government's business how much money you're traveling with. It's none of the government's business how much money you have in your pocket or in your bank account or in your car as you're traveling the I-40 East and West corridor in the state of Tennessee, which, by the way, be careful because that I-40, specifically the eastbound corridor, is known for civil asset forfeiture. They're not serving and protecting. They're harassing, collecting, and enriching the coffers. That's going to create a scenario where they can buy that MRAP or they can buy those souped up cars so they can chase all these bad guys, but not do anything about Jeffrey Epstein's client list. I see no difference. Honest people on their way to work to make an honest living, parasites stealing money from hardworking people like you. God, I'm so glad other people see this. Sometimes you feel so alone in this world. It's like, what am I missing here? I mean, I know what the definition, I'm not stupid. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I'm not stupid. I know what the definition of theft is. It's stealing property from one person who didn't consent to have you take their property. If they gave you permission, that's another thing. But if you take it without asking them or take it against their consent, it's theft, right? What world are these people living on? An individual cannot cross the border with more than $10,000 cash or equivalent. Something needs to change. Dan Taxation is Theft Berman says, you guys are criminals. Give him his money back. Unless you can prove this unreported currency, which is 13,000, not 33, you can't do the math, was somehow stolen, then you're just robbing the man and bragging on social media. And how can they get away with this? How can they get away with posting what appears to be criminal activity and everybody just sit around and do nothing? Government, governo mentis, to control the mind or mind control. They want to control you. You can't travel here unless we tell you to. When you travel here, we reserve for ourselves the right to shake you down. And if you've got something that we don't want you to have, or if you lied to us telling you had something that you didn't, or don't have something that you do, well, we're going to take it from you. I do these videos right here because I want to hear your thoughts about it. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I am out to lunch. Maybe it's okay. Maybe America has been kept safe by removing this guy's $33,000 and not pinning him for any kind of particular crime. Just saying, hey, you can't lie to the government. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel. High Impact Flicks, Grease Monkey videos. Here's the deal. Grab a shirt if you want to support the channel or whatever you want to do. I appreciate you guys. Remember, the price of freedom is now and always will be eternal vigilance. And indifference to this notion is the means by which the people have and will secure their own oppression. I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe for more tyranny-busting content.